Hi guys, I'm the creator of Demolition Derby Simulator 1, 2, 3, and 4. These Demolition Derby games, only on Roblox, are basically sandbox games with a bunch of cars, a huge ring around the base plate, and ramps, bombs, mines, and crushing machines. And other cool things you could do with your cars, like crush them with trains, or blow them up with rocket launchers. So, Demolition Derby 1 was a bit too easy for everyone. I gave everyone loads of stuff, like you could fly, you have overpowered weapons, and the arena's kind of small, but I've also added a few arenas into there, like train tracks, drag strips with ramps at the end where you go flying, also more crushing machines, and yet again more trains. But in Demolition Derby Simulator 2, the arena size dramatically improved. So what happened in Demolition Derby Simulator 2 was the arena outside was like a huge ring, like the size of one base plate, which is pretty big, around maybe 4,000 studs even. And there was like loads of ramps, more cars in there. And that's pretty much it for Demolition Derby Simulator 2. But Demolition Derby Simulator 3 had more ramps and explosives on the ground. But that's pretty much it. That's all it had. But the arena, the ring, was 4 times big. So it was 8,000 studs by 8,000 studs. The next arena was Demolition Derby Simulator 4, dramatically improved. Loads and loads of more ramps, more explosives, more stunt tricks you can do, more cars to crash, and obviously there was a ramp in the floor. So you drive down this hole, you drive down this long ramp, this slide, then you go into this tube with crushing machines in it, and then it rips apart your car, and then you land in this other small arena where you get to do a tiny little demolition derby. And Demolition Derby Simulator 5 I'm not going to do just yet, but what I was going to do is make it around double the studs. So I'm going to have 4 of those massive 8,000 stud arenas to make a 16,000 stud arena with a massive ring, more stuff to do, obviously, more slides this time, more explosives, more cars, more trains. But the next Demolition Derby arena or game I'm going to make may be coming out today, maybe next month, or maybe next year. We don't know. Demolition Derby Simulator, the Devil's Ring. So basically, it's gonna be set in the middle of the desert. Pretty large arena, not as big as Demolition Derby Simulator 3 or 4, but around maybe 4,000 studs, just like DDS 2. And also, since it's called the Devil's Ring, it's gonna be a ring of fire on the outside, so it looks more evil. It's basically gonna be sand dunes, and there's gonna be rusty cars everywhere. So you only drive all the rusty beat up cars. And there's gonna be explosives on the ground and ramps, and it's gonna be like a crash hard map from BeamNG, like one of those demolition derbies that you have. Explosive barrels, that would be good. And everything's rusty and deteriorated, and that just makes it look like a more beat up style demolition derby. And the sky obviously is gonna be in this sunset where it looks more like orange. Everything looks more orange. Pretty good. So, Demolition Derby Simulator. Why did I make it, and where did the original game come from? So first, where the game came from. First, I loaded in a new base plate, around 520 studs by 520 studs across, 10 studs up and down, the basic one. Didn't do any changing to the base plate. All I did is spawn up a few rings, and I put a ring, like a hollow ring in it, and then I put a couple of trains inside, and those were automatic trains with a mod installed, with a plugin installed, where if a train touches another train, parts of the train, one by one, will fall off, just like in real life. And yeah, a train demolition derby simulator was born, which I haven't actually published publicly in Roblox because it is a pretty bad game, to be honest. It's not really that interesting. There's just like 3 trains and they just crash into each other. And yeah, next what I did is, why not get rid of the trains, but then get a car and then set the throttle up by 1 so it spins around the arena. Those cars are made by me. You have to type in my name. It will be in the description below what my Roblox name is on Roblox Studio. So I've got a couple of cars, the estate cars, sedan cars, limousine cars, and hatchback cars. Couple of buses which don't crash, I'm afraid, because the plugin isn't there anymore. I couldn't find it. And also a couple of trains and ramps and arenas. Some may be storm drain parts, but that's not relevant. Yeah, so I got one of those arenas. I put a couple of cars in, and there was 2 cars, one that spun around and one that you can drive. So yeah, pretty successful. What I did next is kind of enlarge the map a bit, change a bit of the textures and colors, update some of the maps. Like, I put some more ramps in there. I put a central piece, a star-shaped central piece in it, where you crash into it and then your car basically just gets destroyed, and like little spikes in the floor everywhere where you also crash into and it breaks your car. And I put a few more like details in it. I put a start and finish line and stuff like that. Made some of the cars different colors, which I really like about that. So now you can have like, because usually all the cars would be red with a bit of white on the roof, but now they're like green, blue, black, yellow cars. You can have any. So yeah, next what I did is basically make an ocean and then put a day and night and realistic mod plugin thing, so it would have realistic graphics, more realistic physics, and then next what I did is a quick runway for a train, where you could drive the train down a railway line, and at the end was a ramp. And when you hit the ramp, your train might either snap in half or lose all of its wheels. Sorry about that. Ambulance or police car noise outside my house. It's really annoying. Anyway, the next thing I also done was a drag strip with 4 cars lined up. You drive down and there's a block, invincible block at the end where you crash into and your car goes absolutely destroyed. And there's also a ramp which tears all your body parts of the car off. Pretty satisfying. Also another little arena where I put a crushing machine. So you enter the crushing machine with a car, and out the other side it comes absolutely shredded. Then the next arena I done is a small demolition derby arena with 4 cars, a central piece, where you and your friends can like crash your cars around and stuff. Next arena was the same thing, but like an experimental arena. So you basically had no access to it. The only reason why the arena was there, and it had some weird stuff inside, it had loads of random parts scattered around, that was the developer's experimental arena, where each time I opened up Roblox Studio, when I came to developing, I could make new cars, new details, new textures, all that stuff. So you didn't really need to go to that arena. And out far in the ocean is the secret arena, which is basically kind of the same, but it is open to players, and like it was like a almost maybe like a museum of cars. All of the models I had was there, basically, like the cars, trains, crushing machines, and everything. It was all there. So you didn't also have to go to that arena. So keep an eye out for Demolition Derby Simulator, The Devil's Ring. It should be coming out soon. Alright, see you guys.